The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Henry again on second down.
3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2. They'll run it again with Henry. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught.
And he is going to have a Ravens first down. And it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allowed to convert on 4th and long.
I tell you what, this is not for the faint of heart right here. 4th down, this is taking a big risk. But it's as good a play call as you can imagine. And the defense just not able to come up with the stop they needed. And this is not just a first down, but a big play as well.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 30-yard line.
Off the option, here's Henry.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They go play action now. Jackson.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Draw play. This is Henry. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. They go play action with Jackson, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Nix. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Trying to find Greg Dulcich there.
And it's 2nd down.
Look at this Baltimore defense.
And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit at covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
This now a 3rd and 4.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
And here's Trenton Gill now.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And now Jackson will look to throw it.
Complete to Likely.
He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. His 2nd catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down.
So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
Play action. Now Jackson.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Anytime they think they've got him open beyond the markers, you know they're going to throw it his way. And that's not going to change even after that incompletion was forced.
On third down, Jackson. So he stays up. They fights him up. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. No score after one on EA Sports. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Oh, looking for Andrews downfield.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Nix on first down.
Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Nix from the shotgun. Short throw caught by Dulcich.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here's Nix. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Now it's Nix. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
And now the rookie's free. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Denver's offense ready to go again. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it as he gets wiped out on that one. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. To throw is Nix. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Credit that sack to Travis Jones. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. Throwing Nix.
And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews.
He's still on his feet. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20.
A big play there just before halftime. 71 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard, maybe a touch less.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. As the first half is winding down.
And the Ravens would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was capped by the touchdown pass to Nelson Aguilar. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
To throw, here's Nix. Short throw caught by Dulcich.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
2nd down and 3.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
Now 2nd and 3. Nix to the air.
He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And this is taken in at the 5. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, and it's the Bengals who are out in front as those two head towards the break. The Bengals trying to hold on and claim victory.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
On second down, Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They run it again with Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 30. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Nix. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. Looking to throw. Nix. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Back to the air with Nix. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Josh Reynolds. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have got it back to within a score. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've gone 2 months without a loss. 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well. Trying to make it 9 in a row. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But The main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper. And they're going to speed things up here. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 26-yard line. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Throwing is Jackson.
Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. Jackson options out left. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Jackson now. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here we go, a big play in a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Derrick Henry with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
The rookie from Oregon on target with that one. It leads to a 1st down.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams.
Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10.
And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Javonte Williams.
63 yards.
And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Lutz with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 38 now, here's second down and 3.
Again, it's Henry.
And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Henry up the middle. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there. Gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
On second down, Jackson.
Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews.
A gain of 32 that time.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Jackson's going to keep it.
And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 4-yard touchdown scamper.
And the Ravens are on their way to a 9-0 start as they build on to their lead.
Tucker now for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
So the Broncos now down by 2 touchdowns. 2:09 to play. They'll have 1 play, maybe 2, before the 2-minute warning as they've got a first down. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Knicks now on 1st and 10.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Inside the 10.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Tucker now to add the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That
completion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, their partner, because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 90.